this is how I protect my stuff from blowing away. We are in a several day and evening windstorm. Last night it was coming from the southwest area, and then it's shifting to the north today, which is now blowing at my van this way today. Woo! But last night it was blowing from this direction back here. Alright, and Kent is there, so we haven't blown over the edge. No, it wouldn't happen, just kidding. We're far away from the edge. And I mean, it would take a heck of a lot, hurricane winds, to technically blow us, you know, right off this mountainside or cliffside. Yeah, but we had to definitely secure our base camp over there. He had to take down his wires to get ready for this several day windstorm. There's Milo. He says, "What's going on, Mom?" Yeah, sometimes we're rocking and rolling. He's actually doing better with the wind. He can have moments where he gets a little upset with the rocking and rolling that we will endure, but I try to park the van right. But I had no choice in where I had to park the van to be fairly close to Kent at the spot. So how I landed was how it was going to have to be. But so far, so good. We're rocking and rolling a little bit, but not too bad. It's okay. And he says, "Yeah, I'm doing all right, Mom." He says, "Hi, YouTube. I miss you all. Hope to be back soon." He says, "Are you being a little camera shy?" I haven't made the bed back in there because he's still waking up. Yeah. He says, "I'm just not a morning doggy. Always the last to get up." Yep. But he says, "Hello, everybody." Well, good day, my friends. I thought I would take an opportunity, since the weather is so crazy for the next couple of days where we are at, to spend some time to get a little bit caught up of an update. I want to go over a couple of things, kind of in summary briefly, of my winter with Kent, and also still work on getting caught up with my past videos, but why I haven't been working on that, and upcoming things that I hope to be able to show you on my channel coming up here in the near future. So I want to go over just a summary of a couple of things. Now, obviously, you can see it is windy out there, and definitely colder in the areas that we've been hanging out in the fall and in the winter. And we have chosen that for a couple of reasons. For one, we always wanted to see, or especially Kent, but me too, I mean, the more we were getting to be able to get back together, was to see Utah in the fall. So that was a really cool thing. We only stayed at 2 locations though, so I still have to spend time putting some of those videos together of some of the cool places that we saw, and I will be working on that. But I got to admit, I really just crashed. Physically, emotionally, when I got back with Kent. I was just tired. I was burned out of just so many different things. Things that I had to go through, things that I'm still, in the future going to have to go through that you don't know about yet. Yeah, my life is just so always up and down with my health issues and stuff like that. But I don't want to turn this year focus so much on that. I really want to do a change. But I still have some stuff that I've got to look at and address this issue with my health. And I'll try to figure out how to share it, how to keep it more brief though when I do share what's going to be going on, but still for those that care, how I can let you know what's going on. So I will try to figure that part out. But in the meantime, I really did need to take some time out for me. I needed to take some time away from what it takes to create the videos. I have so much beauty to share and so much cool things, but at the same time, I was just in a time in my life that I just really needed to just step back and embrace myself, embrace my time with Kent, because even every time I'm back with Kent, I never know how long it's going to last, for many different reasons that I'm not willing to share everything at this point in time. And I've also told him that I would never let my health issues ever get in the way with his lifestyle, what he loves, his traveling, the ham radio, and stuff like that. And so funny how so many people are new to my channel, don't know our history of where we've gone and come together and back and forth and things like that. But I also do remember telling him that. And I do travel with disabilities, and that is a fact. I can't change that, or how my body decides to degenerate or change on its own. But the one thing I did promise him, if we couldn't come to a common ground with our relationship with these disabilities, then I would reevaluate the relationship, and I would also never let my struggles get in the way with our relationship. Or if I feel that somewhere in there it's not going to be a good blend for us together, because sometimes you're not a match, because of certain situations in each other's lives, then we're going to need to address those issues. That's definitely could be a factor. But the one thing at this point in time that I want you guys to know that could be new to my channel is I did tell him that at that point in time, I would never let my disabilities get in the way with our relationship. And especially, I have to take care of me, and he is in a different situation at his age with his health and what he can do and what I can and cannot do. So those are factors in life, and so only time will tell how or what or if things can, continue to work for us in a near future. But I know I'm still dealt with a really deck of cards in my near future here coming up in the next year that's going to be extremely challenging for me. And I'm just not ready to share everything at this point in the game. Right now, what I'm going to be trying to do is focus on my travels, focus on a lot of other cool things that are happening. I got so many things to share. I've been taking time to focus on my camera, photography, and I really have been enjoying that. But I just needed to step back from what the time it was taking to put the videos together and stuff like that, and vlogging, and I just didn't want it to be so much about me, but yet my channel has always been called Irene's Van Ventures, and I get people going, it's always about you, it's always about you, some new people, and I'm going, well, I think it's in my title, it is Irene's Van Ventures, and they miss the part that it originally started out to be what it's like for a person to try to travel full-time with disabilities, and when you have some health issues. Yeah, we all have health issues, and there's many people out there with different ailments that you have to deal with, but how many are out there doing this and full-time? And I'm not talking just one problem, or I have lots of things, and I want to use what I've learned in this year as sharing of how you can overcome certain things. So we will be discussing at times what I've learned if you're traveling and deal with acute mountain sickness. I found a way to get around that, or monitor and not let that prevent you from going up into higher elevation places, because I got to go and travel in Utah. And I was I gotta admit, a little scared because of my first year there. I struggled with that so bad, and I thought, oh no, but I know Kent loves Utah, and I had to work through a way to be able to go through Utah and overcome this acute mountain sickness. Or was I going to go through those same symptoms as before? But I will be sharing how I was prepared for that, what I did, what I learned, and lucky to say I didn't have any issues. Woohoo! Because we were at like 8,000, more than 8,000 feet, at the place that I just last shared in Utah, but I had no problems. But I was on top of it, monitoring it and everything like that. So I will be sharing that. I also had to deal with some really bad allergies at that time of year. It's over now, but that particular time of year, I don't know why it was really bad, but it was. And so how I got into gear, learned how to overcome the allergies on the road, and thinking fast, and what I did there. So I'll be sharing some of that as time goes on. The one thing I do want to share that I didn't get a chance to is my Christmas, a little bit, just some pictures. And Kent and I had a really nice Christmas together, and he got me some pretty special gifts. This is a little plush blanket, so I can sit here in my chair and be all cuddled up and warm and snuggly at times, but you'll get a better view of it from a picture I'm going to share after I talk about the Christmas that we went through. And it is like I said, it's a deer, so it's really a pretty deer, so you'll see in just a second. And another thing is a TV. So I have a 19-inch TV, and that he got me for here, because in the back is a bigger TV. I believe it's 21 inches, and just those few inches make a huge difference. But when I first got the TV in the back, they were supposed to mount it so it could swivel out towards the front, and where I went, they made a mistake. They didn't give me the right lever that I had asked for. It was just a mess. And also that TV ends up needing or sucking too much of my energy out of my batteries. It's not very energy efficient, especially when the winter months we get dark earlier. So that wasn't working out, and I always had to laying down. So I said, I have to come up with another option here. And I started to tell Kat, you know, I really want to get a smaller TV that I could sit up here in the front and be able to sit here. And then I plug my iPad. It has a little cord that I can plug it with the HDMI cord and magnify and watch Netflix and different things up on that TV or YouTube, and be able to sit here comfortably in this chair and look at the TV. So that really was a really nice gift, but I suggested that I wanted this, and he goes, well, let me get that for you. So he helped me pick out a really nice lightweight TV that would work, and I have just been loving it because I can stand, sit, how my body needs to be adjusted, and I can see it on a nice screen, and also it doesn't take a lot of the energy, you know, it's not a big energy hog to run it. So that was some pretty cool gifts. And then I ended up getting a little radio. Let's see if I can unplug it so you can see that I can end up hooking that to the speaker. The only thing is that has a horrible sound to it. It really does, directly out of the TV, but the reviews said that. But that's an easy fix, and I have actually a smaller round speaker, and then this one here. So I'm kind of set up in two ways to be able to have my sound. So that's been really nice. And then, okay, so let me share those pictures from Christmas. All right, and as far as my channel, yeah, there's a lot more travels ahead. There's a lot more pretty cool places coming up. I will be having to eventually go back to Oregon. I'm not exactly sure when that's going to happen, but I will share that more later. I am looking at different options, maybe a new route versus the old route that I've always taken. So I'm not sure if it's going to work out, but stay tuned, okay? But I do have to go back to Oregon, and I will share more later why. But it has to do with my health issues. That's all I'm going to say at this point. But other than that, it's getting through windy conditions. You can see from the first clips, getting through the wind. I have to bunker things down with rocks when we go through wind. I end up having to bring things in if we don't have rocks. That's how we overcome the wind. Also positioning the van really does help as well. But those are some tips that we do when we're struggling with windy conditions. We have chose to be in cooler places in the winter as well, because it's less crowded in this area that we're in. We're not in Arizona. We decided not to go to Arizona and over here is just been colder, 10 to 15 degrees colder most of the time, but the trade-off is less people and less crowds, so that has really been a sweet spot for me in Kent, what we enjoy and what we like. All right, so that's kind of what I'm going to share about where we've been at for the winter. I have some cool footage of catching coyotes. I've been on this coyote hunt. You know, I want to get some good pictures of coyotes, and so that has really been something I have been trying to do, and I did get some pretty cool video of that. So that'll be coming up soon. So lots of things. I just really appreciate everybody for working with me that's still out there, understanding, and know that I really appreciate everybody just sharing my journey. And I want to make an Instagram account. I might change the name just a little bit in case in the near future or sometime in the future, if I'm not in a van or not traveling full time, I'm possibly preparing for that. That I have some changes in there with the Instagram, especially a start there, in case that could happen, and I just really want to be prepared in the future if I continue to share. I think I will probably always do that on Instagram. I'm just not sure where my future may lie with YouTube. So we'll see. You know, my life has always been one day at a time, and I still have to continue to try to focus on that. I believe each storm that I go through, I do get stronger and stronger and stronger. And I think that's the most important thing. And that the most important thing too is that I have learned to never take anything or opportunity that I get to experience or see right now for granted. And I know I get, trolled sometimes, and they don't know me. They don't know my battles and struggles and what I have had to go through, or still have to go through. And I'm going to go through this year of just not allowing them to influence me, or because haters are going to just hate. They just don't understand, and I can't expect people like that to ever understand. So this year is going to be about just embracing whatever comes my way. And I'm not saying it's always going to be easy, but I'm going to be more extremely thankful. And I look forward to anyone who would like to come along with me and share this journey coming up this year with me. And we're just going to experience it together. How about that? All right. So I love you all. Thank you all for just being a part of my journey, a part of sharing the beauty, a part of sharing my life and our lives together as I travel, and also eventually go back to Oregon. There's still so much in Oregon too to be able to see, and I could still hopefully share in between more unfortunate doctor visits. All right, so with that in mind, I love you all. Thank you. And I will see you in that next video coming up soon as I share more of what's been going on in my journey. And I love you all. See you then.